Hello, everybody. This is the one and only Mr. LP Steven Sykes of Enliven Global Media. And today we are honored, truly blessed, and grateful to have the wonderful duo group of Ruff Endz, Mr. Dante Jordan and Mr. David Chance. How you brothers are doing today?
Hey, Mr. LP, how you feel there, brother?
I'm doing good, doing good. I'm just glad life is here. I'm happy. Things could always be crazy and go worse. So I'm still smiling and things. I want to keep a good smile like the rest of you brothers doing.
Right.
Indeed, brother.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, thank you, gentlemen, for still continue to fight and coming back into the industry for what you're doing. You know, a lot of things has been happening, obviously, in the past year and transpired and things, but you guys are still here and keep pushing. What does it seem like to, even though you guys been in business for many years, but it's still kind of like starting over in some ways? How does it feel this time when starting, question came in my head, starting a quote unquote again in business where they tell you hold off until things are done, but now we're risky. How does that feel, or what's it like?
Oh, you mean as far as coming out in the middle of the pandemic, that kind of
Yes, coming in the pandemic, starting a business over again, and making things happen.
Great question.
thing? That's the loaded one. Well, you got me set up with that question. Starting over, coming out the pandemic. Well, starting over was crazy because the industry is totally different. We went from CDs to everything's digital now. You know what I mean? Pretty much. So even though we do got some CDs pressed up for y'all can go to www.srg store and get one of these for yourself for all the real classic golden era R&B people. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say golden era. But everything is different now. So it was like, the music, R&B is kind of different. It's a lot of rapping in R&B now, which I like a lot of stuff that I hear. And it is, because hip hop is a part of Ruff Endz. Like, No More Shopping Sprees was a hip hop record, for real, hip hop soul record. So we definitely get it and understand it, but it's definitely a lot of things have changed. And even the industries have changed. Radio has changed. Like, the radio was not the same like how it used to be. A lot of it's definitely it's corporations is really running most of the radio, mainstream radio. So all of those changes have definitely, I guess, impacted me differently. But online, nothing beats what the people want. And I've being online, we've seen, and even at our shows, we've seen people say, "Oh my God, where's this kind of R&B? I like this R&B that's new. Where's that R&B that we know?" You know what I mean? And so that
was
yeah, sorry. Somebody was trying to call me, but it's always encouraging to see people speak what you're already thinking. And there's not just one, two, it's so many communities. You've got so many R&B pages now on Instagram about R&B, like the real R&B. So it's like, okay, it's out here, you know what I mean? There's people that still want this and still talking about it. And that just gives us I guess hope and know that people still want to hear what we are born to do. And that's our forte. So it comes full circle, man, for real.
Mr. Jordan. Gotta take a sip at that. We'll got a cup before you get that answer out, right?
I was caught up into what he was saying. He like summed up the girl for me. Yeah.
I understand. Well, let me ask you gentlemen this. You touched on it a little bit. The industry has changed since your last album, and you see how it's changing in the R&B world and things. But one of the great things, I wanted to switch up the question a little bit, is that how business is done. Both of you gentlemen have gone through ups and downs with record labels and as independent artists and as a group. What is it about the industry from the business side that you guys learned and lessons learned, and also how we could impart those lessons of wisdom into our youth?
Definitely from the beginning, anyone has to understand that the name says a lot. The name is called music business. Right? So
yes, sir.
The word business is longer than music.
Shouldn't be business than music.
The word business is longer than the word music. So it's like You feel me? It's like that should tell you something right there. Like, you know, the music is a small part of it. The business is a big part of it that will follow you throughout your life, just like the music. You know what I'm saying? So definitely educate yourself about any and everything that has to do with music, because this is a constantly evolving thing. Since we first came out to now, a lot has changed. So, I mean, you got people getting paid through Cash App. Cash App wasn't even thought of when we first came. You know what I mean? So, I would definitely say it's a constant evolving door when it comes to knowledge, learning, getting better, resources and people to link with. Because some people that was interns that was working in the mailroom, they're executives in companies. You know what I mean? So and saying that, closing out of my part, is how you treat people goes a long way.
Amen.
We've talked to people that was the stage hands at some events that we done forgot about, or some of them we remember. Like the stage hands are like the Apollo that's working for like Viacom now and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's 10 years ago, that's 15 years ago. Now those same people with the same ambitions are much further ahead. So knowledge, how you treat people, you know what I mean, is a major part. So,
Mr. Chance.
He definitely did an excellent job and answered that question. I think, you know, in the beginning, you know, like you said, it's the music business, the business of music. Learn everything you can about it, and treat people, man, with respect and love. Just to say the last thing to add to what Dante said, because I'm just embellishing on what he said. My mentor used to say, if you're not networking, pretty soon you're gonna be not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Amen.
but not just networking and treating people a certain kind of way, because our whole story is people that we've dealt with in the past that remember us and say, yo, those guys were real down to earth. They was never stuck up. Like, I mess with them dudes, and it has always paid us and always opened up doors for us. And Dante has a way better memory than I do. He'd be like, oh, I remember you. I'd be like, I don't remember, but the guy remembers us because of how we treated him. So if I could say anything, it would be definitely that, you know.
Within your music, there's always been a message, not just any message, but always been a very powerful message, life-altering ones. How, and you granted, music, I feel like has always been one of the catalysts in every form of society regarding, you know, health, social issues, whatever, business. But your messages always contain, for every single song, a very powerful life altering. You're not just saying love just to be loved or happy just to be happy. And we're gonna think of some lyrics to go with it, a nice beat. You really put a lot of work that's more intrinsic in terms of you know, the mental aspect, double entendres, always, you know, key aspects. What made you decide to go that direction versus just saying, okay, we may have one or two songs that say something, and then we're gonna do what we want. Every song has a meaning. What led you to that?
From the beginning, one of the main things, and you took me right there when you asked the question. One of the main reasons me and this brother right here started writing stuff. One day we were talking as kids, teenagers, this story, and we were listening to an up-tempo song. I'm not gonna name names, but I remember who it is, Dave. We was listening to up-tempo. Their slow songs be killing, but their fast songs don't be really saying nothing. They sound good, and we realize they just singing it good. Their vocals, it's like they talking about Mary Had a Little Lamb, but they can sing good. They can make it good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we thought like, we could write better than that. We could do that better. Yeah, we can. And so we started writing music. That's one of the reasons we started writing, because we felt like that we could do a better, just as good or better job. So I would say from the beginning, just writing with this brother, this talented brother right here, we always tried to be purposeful, because we know from young, before we even started singing, the songs that we love, we felt like those people were being responsible, you know, because that's the soundtrack to our life.
Exactly.
Listening to it every day, our kids listen to it. We tell them we grow up, oh, that song, whatever, when I was that's the soundtrack to your life. So you got to take responsibility and really put some quality in that thing. You feel me? It's like saying I'm gonna create something for my fans and I'm gonna make it cheap, so it's gonna fall apart in a couple of years, versus I'm gonna put something of quality in this, so it's gonna stand the test of time. You feel me?
Amen. Amen. That's definitely got to work and things. And one of the main aspects in, you know, in your current album, that's the forthcoming album, and congratulations. You talked about I look at it as a mature aspect of to a woman that men in general previously never really dealt with. Really not even talking about, because, you know, as men, we've seen where if we express certain feelings or what have you, your dog, or even worse, some women who do not have the maturity would dog you for having these wisdoms and these expressed feelings. You guys took it to another level. Uh, why? And we answered it a little bit before, but what made you choose this particular message in terms of congratulations?
Again, it was birthed out of the new perspective. You know, when we got back together as a group, our city was on fire. Baltimore, Freddie Gray, all of that was happening. So we did a song called Time for Change, you know what I mean? And we realized it's like everything, even though we grew up seeing police brutality, but everything, the George Floyds, all of that impacted how we do music now. Like, we are no longer going to be a part of the problem anymore musically. That's we've established that. So that's why songs like Congratulations, you know, when you shift your thinking, creativity comes from that. And that's why this album is birthed out of that, you know. So Congratulations is not we didn't want to go with the girl, you know. That's, again, we've done that before, and we've already, me and Dante wrote songs, a bunch of breakup songs. She Ain't No Good, we all had a kind of songs like that, you know. And people love the drama, you know. Black people, we love the drama, you know what I mean? But we need healing, you know what I mean? And you know, we can laugh of it and it feel good and it sound good, but enough of that. We need to get to real healing and real, like, we've got to think of things totally different and do different so that we can get different results. And from that perspective, that's where Congratulations come from. You know, it's like a place of, how could we make a song that speaks of moving on, and it's healthy? Because, you know, as a man, I realized that I'm where I'm at right now in my relationship. I love who I'm with. I love my family. But all those relationships before, you know, I had a lot of problems, you know what I mean? And those things had nothing to do really with them when I look at it, because when you realize that God has a plan for your life, where you're in right now is really, the drama and all that stuff you're dealing with is really unnecessary when you understand it. And you can basically take a seat back and say, okay, you know, this thing has came and it's gone, and now I'm where I'm supposed to be. So when I was in that other situation, all the arguing, all that stuff I was doing was really for nothing, really, because there's a bigger plan here. And it's a mature perspective to say, look, I can congratulate you. I am happy for you. What happened with us didn't work out. And I realized that, you know, and once you do that, you can really step back and not be bitter. And it's you know, it's just a healthy place, I think, to be, to move on, as I like to use the term, versus breaking up.
Yeah, you took the answers of both. You took the answers of my next question about, you know, leadership in the African American community as males, not just as singers and celebrities and songwriters, but just as men. Period. Those are the lessons that we need to share within our communities. to get things to a next level. The next question I wanted to ask is that, you know, it is a little bit funny, but who keeps up with your styling? Both of you have unique styles, but you blend it together. And, you know, you put it together, you work hard, you make it look good. Who does the styling? Who makes it work for you?
Well, we used to have stylists. We used to have June Ambrose. Shout out to June Ambrose and the whole team. She styled Puffy and all of that. But we started doing it ourselves when we got back together, and then our team Ruff Endz. Team Ruff Endz started. You know, we had to do it ourselves. You know, yeah. Even if we could get a stylist, it's like with COVID going on. I mean, we would have to be virtually trying on clothes or something. I don't know how it worked, but you know, this is do the best we can do. You feel me?
Exactly.
But Team Ruff Endz, man. Shout out to Team Ruff Endz. Our team, our family, our friends, our loved ones. We love you so much. Thanks for supporting us and keeping us alive, man. We love you.
Amen. One last question. I know you gentlemen got to go and keep things busy. Two quick questions. What do y'all do to keep healthy? You know, both of y'all still very young men, but there's always challenges in terms of when you're on the road, meeting, you're doing interviews, taking time out to the community, and that's all that side. You still got the family and stuff to do, and then find some time for yourselves. What do you do in terms of keeping healthy, not just physically, but in all with your voices and things, but also emotionally and mentally for the grind?
Definitely. I think for me, I'm plant-based now. You know what I mean? So I had some deaths in the family, deaths, loved ones. And I was watching, for instance, I was watching the movie Soul Food, and the food that killed grandma in the movie is the same food they ate at the end to celebrate grandma. And it just hit me totally different. Like, okay, do the same thing, get the same results. I'm like, okay. And when some people close to me died from diabetes and high blood pressure and different things, cancer, I had a bunch of cancer people that kind of made me look at my life because I had just turned 40. And I was like, okay, I got to make some changes. You know what I mean? And so for me, it was like, all right, it started with the food, and that food, eating plant-based really gave me a lot more energy, not just in my body, but in my spirit as well, like mentally clarity, you know what I mean? And it gave me I guess the strength to do, because you need, my mentor used to say, your mind can only handle what your behind can endure, you know what I mean? So if you're tired, your mind tired, you know what I mean? So how you gonna build that dream if your mind tired and your body tired? So, you know, part of what everything we've been doing has been fueled by the plant-based lifestyle to begin with. And we both are plant-based, by the way, but emotionally and spiritually, it's my relationship with God, you know, giving him the glory and honor because he's the source of everything that I do, you know, and he's the one I talk to and give all my problems to, man. And he fuels me back up. And the last thing would be surrounding myself with positive people, people that can encourage me and help me. Because your environment is everything. You know, you're gonna be conducive to your environment. So, you know, when I'm down, my brother pick me up. My friends will pick me up. You know, those people will, you know, really say something to me to encourage me.
Sir?
What was the question again? I gotta go back. I was
I'm
doing.
sorry. That's no problem. What does it, what have you done to maintain yourselves, you know, with the grind, physically, emotionally, mentally? What helps you keep going all this time?
That's what it was. Being definitely back to the thing of just being real with yourself, like, and I call it not being caught up in the matrix, like living in the real world. Like when you see somebody pass, like when my brother said, you didn't just see somebody pass. It was a message for you there. Like your eyes seen that. It didn't happen in another part of the world. happened in front of you. A lot of people don't realize that. So living in Baltimore, which you get a lot of those messages, because like 350 people died last year. You feel what I'm saying? So makes you hold it. No, I'm saying before last year. I'm saying 2019, because you know last year was 2020 was crazy. But it makes you more aware of self. Like, okay, I need to think about my skin, which is your largest organ on your body, and I need to think about my eyes and my health and walking, and you know, you can't see life living and dying and happening around you and not take heed to how that life is being lived. So so for us, for me, vegan, meditating, working on building my relationships with family and my friends and my loved ones, which is definitely being healthy, because that, you know, alleviates the stress in life, I believe, when you work on those relationships. And stress is another unhealthy thing. So I feel like all of that is a part of that. I mean, even as far as me and my brother healing our differences, because a lot of people that have differences usually get there through some kind of love they have for each other in the first place. So a lot of that comes from self-healing, a self-level of healing. Like, okay, let me admit my faults and what I did wrong first, you know what I'm saying, and fix that, and then we're gonna make it. Then we gonna get together with whoever that person is. In this case, I was you know, was my brother at the time. But either that is healthy, you know, that's healthy. That's healthy mentally and physically. You know what I mean? So that's me in a nutshell.
Well, I thank you, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Chance of Ruff Endz. I thank you very much for the time, the opportunity, and the wisdom and the candor that you offered, and especially the level of transparency. Not many people are willing to give that level of themselves, not just to the music, but also to their fans and other people out there, and just keeping it real, as the saying goes. And please, everybody, come out, go to their website. I know you're rebuilding, but you know, officialruffendz.com. I wasn't given the name of the record label. Where they say to buy the record at now?
www.srgstore.com. SRG Universal is the label. Shout out to the whole SRG store. I mean, shout out to the whole SRG team and the Ruff Endz team as well, man. We got a lot of love for them. They believed in us, and they heard our music, and they was like, oh, we need y'all on the label. They one of the last R&B, golden era R&B labels left, man. They got Brian over there. They got Raheem Devon. They got a bunch of legends over there. So we are now a part of that family. So it's an honor to be a part of such a great team. And, you know, we want everybody to go to @officialruffendz, go to our Instagram, go to our Facebook, follow us. We're going to be giving you the new premiere of Be The One. The video is going to be premiering April 2nd, the same day that our album is going to be available. So we're excited about that. We got a lot of visuals for this album coming. We got a visual with my man Crazy Bone. Shout out to Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, which is, you know, he's on our project as well. So shout out to the whole Bone Thugs crew. We love everybody, all our day one supporters, our fans, and my brother. We appreciate you, because it's platforms like you, man, that keep R&B groups like us alive, man. Because without you, we wouldn't be able to reach a lot of our fans. There's a lot of major platforms that aren't showcasing talents like us, you know what I mean? So we appreciate your time and you know, wanting to have us on the platform, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you both, brothers. Thank you very much. God bless you. Everybody, thank you very much for supporting us at Live and Global Media. Thank you to Ruff Endz for joining in on an interview. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always email us at ENLIVENGM at gmail.com. We're here always trying to get more interviews and speak, you know, wonderful, positive, and educated brothers like these here all the time, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much, and God bless, and we'll keep on going. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my brother.
I just wanna be worthy. I'm players and hung up his jersey. You got me thirsty. Now we in on. Let's go. Moving away from the pain. But we ain't never gonna be the same. Girl, I hope you never change. I don't know why you are. So glad you came.
Boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk, 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 walk all over.
Now walk it out, now walk it out, now walk it out, now walk it out, now walk it out.